Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jenny. So today what I'm gonna do is to talk about the pronunciation. Many of you guys have asked me how I've trained my pronunciation. So I'm gonna be sharing my thoughts and tips on pronunciation today. I'm gonna be focusing on how rather than giving you specific instruction. Well, first, do some impressions of the actors from the drama, like duplicate them. And second, when you're doing the shadowing, try to listen carefully to the linking sound. And third, dictionary is something that you need right now. Alright, so why do you think pronunciation is important? Well, I think obviously we need to deliver something clearly, and this pronunciation will help other people understand your point more easily. So as I said in Yang King's video, or I don't know, maybe one of my previous videos, I used to get a kick out of copying a person's way of talking thoroughly. Well, if you ask me why, I'd say just for fun. I have to admit that I like and I'm quite good at doing impressions of actors from the dramas. Well, here my point is try to duplicate more than copying or imitating. Yeah, duplicate, that's the word. You guys have probably seen me doing these duplicating in one of my previous study tips videos, and yeah, that's what I'm talking. What I meant by a person's way of talking, it includes pronunciation, intonation, stress, accent, flow, and even the tone of the voice, and a voice pitch as well. So if it's woman, you use high-pitched voice. If it's men, you use a lower-pitched voice. Or if it's children, you use higher voice pitch. Well, one more tip, try to take a closer look at how the lips are moving. You can easily find that people minimize the movement of their mouth when they're speaking unless they're emphasizing something. So they're talking like this, not like this. It might sound less clear but more natural. Try to practice this by looking in the mirror. If you're taking notes of the sentences or vocabularies, try to mark the stress of that word. For example, if you're looking at the word important, there is a stress in important, right? And also, don't try to cut off every syllable to pronounce as clearly as possible. You know, if the sounds are disconnected, it sounds very natural and you seem less fluent, and it's even harder to pronounce. What I mean is, for example. Well, I just picked up a random book, so I'm just gonna read a random sentence. I expected him to disapprove and prepared to brush off the ignorance. If you're saying something like this, it sounds very natural, isn't it? So try it this way. I expected him to disapprove and prepare to brush off the ignorance. So here what you need to do is to try to listen carefully to the linking sound of the words in the sentences. So let's say that you learned the pronunciation of the word have. It sounds like have, right? But it sounds differently in the different sentences. For example, I've been somewhere. I've been. It sounds like happen. And then yes I have. It sounds like have rather than have. Yes I have. Yes I have, like that. And then I've never tried it before. It's I've never. I don't know how to break it, but yeah, it sounds like I've. It doesn't sound like have, right? So try to catch those linking sounds in the sentences. Then you'll be more fluent. There are some people who want the word's pronunciation in Korean text first, even before they looked up the pronunciation in a dictionary. Well, I really get it. It's really difficult and hard for you to understand what they're talking, so yeah, I get it. And I also don't want you to overextend yourself, so go easy. That's cool. But I think it's better for you to not try to find the shortcut or time-saving approach here. As it applies to every other field, you need to keep training yourselves. So yeah, keep listening to the standard pronunciation in a dictionary and study things on yourself. You know, many small amounts accumulate to make the bigger, larger amount. So you can do this. Well, in fact, if you could read the pronunciation key, that's the best because you can guess how the words might sound like. I agree to the fact that every part of the English is important in learning speaking, but I personally think that pronunciation doesn't come first unless it's very, very hard to understand, very incoherent. Developing your fluency and plating them on a plate wonderfully and appetizingly, that seems more urgent. To express your feelings, your thoughts, and make people understand your points are more like important for me. And also, as I said, constant training is necessary because, yeah, you know that this is not your mother tongue. You know, it takes time. So the faster you realize this, the better you will get. Well, very small tips for you to have fun in speaking, like practicing pronunciation. First of all, I personally like the pun. For example, this is one scene from the drama that I watch. The husband was complaining about the wife didn't give him much attention, so he was like, "You think I'm worthless?" And then she answered, "No, you're not worthless, you're worth less," like this. And then, yeah, my Australian friend once told me, like, when she said something silly, like, while we were drinking wine, he said, "Oh, don't whine after drinking wine," something like this. So whining and wine and wine, try to find these little funny things. And also try to find some role model for speaking. You know, it can be some celebrities. These days I like Blackpink Rose's pronunciation, the Aussie accent. Yeah, that sounds really cute, but also like sexy. Or like Hermione, if you like British accent, Hermione can, like, you know, Emma Watson can be the role model. Or some friends around you can be a role model as well. Or the actors from the drama. Anybody can be the role model. Yes, that's it for this video. If you made this far, special thanks to you. Thank you so much, and please leave the like before you leave, and also like check out the comment. I'll write something. So have a nice day, and I'll see you around. Bye!